Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about some of the big ticket items facing the legislature in the coming months. Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you for joining us, Jean Fuller, member of the State Senate from Bakersfield. Thanks again for being here.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
A number of huge issues. One is education and education funding. The governor has proposed a sort of a different way to fund education, giving some more money to those school districts that have more challenges, come from impoverished areas, at the expense, perhaps, that's the fear I think some have, at the expense of some suburban districts. Now, what's your thought on that?
Well, I think that we really do want to look at educational funding. We want to make sure that the new money that's coming in is used well and used as promised. And the new weighted formula, we really need to debate it, vet it out. At this point, for my area, it could have some positive effects. But there are some exempted areas that we're going to need to be sure that are in there to make sure that all disadvantaged students that need help get the help they need, not just concentrated groups.
Of course, the governor tried this previously and didn't get anywhere with it.
Yes, he did, and most of us at that time, it was pretty vague. It was pretty general. It's kind of a new big idea. I myself wasn't sure I wanted to switch from programs to like funding in areas that I couldn't trace as well. But I think, you know, we've moved to a new place where the governor has some ideas he really wants us to look at. If he convenes us all and helps us understand it, we might be able to get there.
He's also looking at removing some what's called categoricals and basically giving some more local control to school districts with money that comes from Sacramento.
And I've always been a big advocate of whatever we have to do to let the locals decide which particular programs they want to use and have a menu of opportunities to use their money.
Okay, I want to talk a little bit about water. Agribusiness is so important in your district.
Yes, it is.
When the governor talked again about this through Delta water conveyance facility system, he sent shivers up and down the spines of many people living in the Delta who are frightened of this issue and don't like it. From your perspective in Bakersfield, what do you think?
Well, I think we need to replumb California in some way to make all of us more profitable, to have all of us have more jobs, and to get us where we need to be. We want to work together as we all did with the water bond. The water bond was a very big compromise on everybody's part, but it shows that people were trying to make a deal to make it work. Didn't come out the way any of us really wanted it to do exactly, but it showed that we can move forward. I think if we take the understanding we have from the past as we work together and try to work through this issue, we can get there. But it needs to work for everybody, and I think this governor's committed to that.
The water bond, as it now stands, is what, $11 billion?
Yes, it is.
Something like that. It was held up by the legislature because they thought it was too big, that the voters wouldn't go for it. Do you think maybe it needs to be pared down?
Well, I was the point person when it came out of for the Republicans when it came out of the Assembly, and basically there were just too many issues, and it was too big a price tag. Now I think that if we work over some of the issues that have kind of attached to it, we can get there. I'm not so sure that it's the bigness of it, but the exactly how we're going to use it. I think taxpayers want us to use every cent well, and I don't think they want any pork or any programs they don't understand.
And usually those bond measures are loaded up with special projects.
Well, you know, up here in Sacramento, that's how it gets, you know, to get everybody engaged. And one person's pork is another person's, you know, main dish. So, you know, going back is difficult, but I think we've laid a ballpark of how we can get together.
All right, Senator Fuller, thanks for coming by and talking to us about these important issues. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. You can also watch this interview and others like it on My Government on Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.